Warriors of Dominion, Zeus takes command. 6 heroes now decide who dominates the meta, and who gets left behind, with 3 becoming mandatory for every serious Osh raid. Most players still underestimate why. Watch this carefully. Let's get straight into it, because this list isn't about hype, it's about survival. These are 6 heroes that continue to dominate hero wars at the highest level. Every single one earns an S+ tier spot, and 3 of them aren't even optional anymore. If you're in a serious raiding guild, they're simply expected. Sebastian, the hero who never leaves the meta. Let's start with Sebastian, because if there's one hero that stayed relevant from the day he was released, it's him. His ultimate, Ode to Serenity, removes every debuff from your entire team before putting up a barrier that blocks new debuffs up to 15 times. That's an incredible amount of protection. Silences, stuns, armor breaks, healing reduction, whatever the enemy team relies on to slow you down, Sebastian clears it and immediately prevents it from happening again. His support doesn't stop there. Battle Song continuously boosts your team's critical hit chance throughout the fight, helping your damage dealers hit harder more consistently. Then Striking Solo takes every critical hit your allies land and adds extra pure damage on top, allowing your team to punch through even heavily defensive lineups. And one of the biggest reasons he's so consistent is Public Idol. Sebastian starts battles with nearly 80% of his energy already filled, meaning his game-changing ultimate comes online much earlier than most heroes. Whether it's Arena, Guild Wars, Asgard, or Campaign, Sebastian always finds value. That's why top guilds don't ask whether you've invested in him, they simply expect you already have. Nebula, the sustain core nobody replaces. Next is Nebula, and before looking at her abilities, here's a fun piece of Hero Wars lore. Nebula and Judge were the first heroes to discover Osh. That's more than just story flavor, it also reflects her importance in the very fight where she shines the most. Her ultimate, Astral Projection, sends a slow-moving projectile across the battlefield, damaging every enemy it passes through while splitting that damage evenly between them. More importantly, it drains energy from every target it hits, delaying enemy ultimates and disrupting their entire rotation. Her real strength, though, comes from keeping your own team alive. Serenity repeatedly heals 2 allies while removing their negative effects, giving your team reliable sustain throughout long encounters. If you've unlocked Absolute Serenity, it gets even stronger. Any debuff applied within 4 seconds after that heal is instantly removed, and the affected ally also recovers additional health. Nebula isn't the hero topping the damage charts. She's the hero making sure everyone else survives long enough to do it. Isaac, the non-negotiable one. Now here's the hero that separates casual players from serious raiders. Isaac isn't recommended for Osh. He's mandatory. Many competitive guilds won't if your Isaac isn't properly built, and building him incorrectly is almost as bad as not having him at all. Everything revolves around Teslin. Every basic attack Isaac makes charges Teslin by 10%. Once it reaches full charge, Isaac releases an electromagnetic pulse that silences every enemy on the battlefield for 4 seconds. That alone would make him valuable, but the loop doesn't end there. Magic Power Capacitor absorbs a portion of the magic damage Isaac and his allies receive, converting it directly into additional charge. The more magic damage flying around, the faster Teslin reaches full charge again, letting Isaac fire off another silence much sooner. Those repeated activations unlock even more of his kit. After activating Trigger Overdrive more than once, Drone Swarm increases your team's physical attack, and that bonus is doubled if engineers are present. Once Trigger Overdrive activates for the 3rd time, High Voltage Module joins the cycle, repeatedly dealing flat damage to every enemy for the rest of the battle. Everything feeds into itself. More charge means more silences. More silences mean more trigger overdrive activations. More activations mean more damage for your entire team. That's why Isaac's stat priorities matter so much. Build him incorrectly and the whole engine slows down. Your silence timing becomes inconsistent, your team's damage drops, and your guild loses valuable OSH damage. And it's not just an Asgard hero either. That same silence loop absolutely cripples mage-heavy arena teams, making Isaac one of the strongest anti-mage heroes in the game. Augustus, still undefeated since release. Augustus is another hero who's refused to leave the meta since launch, and it's because every part of his kit works together perfectly. Path of Least Resistance turns his basic attacks into magic damage while automatically targeting the enemy with the lowest magic defense. Instead of wasting attacks on tankier targets, Augustus always pressures the weakest point of the enemy lineup. Every attack also activates Grounded, splashing a percentage of that damage onto nearby enemies and spreading pressure across multiple targets. Then comes Superconductivity, which repeatedly reduces the magic defense of every target Augustus attacks. As those stacks build, enemy resistance slowly disappears. And once their magic defense has been completely stripped away, any magic damage that fully penetrates is converted directly into pure damage. That's what makes Augustus scale so well. The longer the battle lasts, the weaker the enemy becomes, while his damage keeps climbing. Liria, the hero who ended dodge teams. If you remember the days when Dante dodge teams ruled the game, then you already know why Lyria was introduced. Her passive, Shackles of Doom, creates an aura that removes dodge from every enemy standing inside it while also increasing the physical damage they take. And if you're running an undead lineup, that aura becomes even larger, allowing it to affect more of the battlefield. Then there's Soul Reaper. Every time a unit dies, ally or enemy, Liria stores their soul. When she activates her ultimate, those souls become spirits that relentlessly attack whichever enemy has the lowest remaining health, making it extremely difficult for weakened heroes to survive. Dodge teams didn't slowly fade away because of balance changes. They disappeared because Liria was designed specifically to make dodge stop mattering. Cascade, the centerpiece of the current meta. Last but definitely not least, Cascade, the centerpiece of today's strongest magic teams alongside Electra, Fluffy, Orion, with Isaac fitting perfectly into the lineup. Her ultimate, Hydrokinesis, creates a 6-second downpour that continuously damages every enemy while reducing incoming healing by 50% and preventing defeated enemies from being revived. That alone makes her incredibly oppressive. Then Tidal Wave sends Cascade crashing through the enemy formation, disrupting their positioning while applying refluence to every target she passes. Once marked, those enemies take additional magic damage from every magical attack that follows, dramatically increasing your team's overall damage output. Finally, Elemental Surge quietly ties everything together by converting the basic attacks of every intelligence hero on your team into magic damage, allowing your supports and mages to contribute extra pressure even between skill casts. Cascade isn't simply a carry. She's an amplifier. She increases the value of every magic hero around her, which is exactly why she's become the centerpiece of the current meta. 6 heroes. 3 of them decide whether your guild even considers you for OSH raids. The other 3 continue defining both PvP and endgame content. Invest in them correctly, prioritize the right stats, and you're doing far more than following the meta. You're becoming one of the reasons your guild wins. And that's the lineup. These 6 heroes continue to shape the highest level of hero wars, and if you're serious about PvP or OSH raids, investing in them is one of the smartest long-term decisions you can make. Now I want to hear from you, which of these heroes has had the biggest impact on your account, or do you think someone else deserves an S+ spot? Let me know down in the comments. If you found this guide helpful, leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications, so you never miss the next strategy breakdown. Until next time, stay sharp, build smart, and remember, in Dominion, victory belongs to those who prepare before the battle begins.